Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Zube here, and I'm going to do a random collective reading. We're coming into this reading with a question, which I don't usually do, but this reading is timeless. It is general. Take what resonates and leave what does not. Don't force it to fit you. If you are interested in a personal reading, astrology, or tarot, my information is down below. This morning in meditation, what I did get, and it's something just that I want to share with you. And that's that there is something about holding my arms up like that and seeing light coming down, showering upon me, the light of God, whatever you want to call it. It sends shivers down my spine every time. Like there's something very surrendery and open about doing that. So give it a whirl. I did start this reading, so I've already got the first 3 cards. And the question is, how are our spirit guides, our ancestors, God, whomever it is, however it fits for you, how are we being helped? And I had already pulled 3 cards, and then my nose dribbled down my face, and it was really, I don't really know how to edit videos, so I figured I would just start with 3 cards that I had pulled because they are kind of perfect. And then I'm going to pull some more. For the internal, which is to represent us, the ones being helped, we have the 4 of Cups. And she's like looking at these 3 cups. I feel like this is what we've got in front of us. We're sort of looking at it like, okay, these cups aren't exactly what I want to be looking at. Ho hum. I wish they were better. What am I going to do about this? I can't make this look like what I want it to look like. And unbeknownst to us, unless you're watching this reading and now it's beknownst, there's this cup over here, the 4th cup, being filled up with light. So I'm seeing that as where we are. It's literally saying, okay, we hear your question where you're wondering, what are we doing over here? This rainbowy goodness that's being filled in that cup while you're not looking. How are you being helped by spirit? And then what's in front of us, that's the card I call the external. This one I thought was a little bit weird. So it's the Judgment card. And to me, this feels like, I'm going to dig into it a little bit. This could feel difficult, that I think this can be a little bit cagey because we are being helped to release judgment of ourselves, judgment of others. And the only way we are able to release that judgment is if we're shown what it is that we're judging, So there's like a release of some kind, but that probably feels a little bit difficult. And so I'm looking at this as spirit guides, ancestors, those that are around us, because we have the internal, external. If you're new here, that's the way I always do it. But the external feels like down here on this level. And then we have the card up here, which I call the God spot, but it's the higher perspective, our higher selves, the universe. And I love that this card is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is like a new beginning in love, but this is also the journey of self-love, specifically in this deck, because it's like our own heart space. God is helping us learn to love ourselves because we cannot truly love another until we love ourselves. As a matter of fact, that's why I was opening up my arms. I figured, all right, God, if you can just love on me a little bit, maybe that'll help me love myself a little bit more. And I felt it. So, I was welcoming that in. So I want to pull a card on this Judgment card. It just feels like we just could be kind of looking at scenarios that are sort of tough at the moment. So how is the Judgment card helpful? Clear that up for me. Us. the Hermit. The Hermit. We're finding our own inner light. The Hermit card, we go into the cave of darkness, we find our own inner light, and we emerge as a teacher of sorts. We carry forth the message of, hey, you know, in the other, like the Rider-Waite deck, it's the Hermit coming out with the cave of the Hermit carrying a lantern with a star in it. The star represents his own inner light, and it's in a lantern. And the message of the card, the Hermit card, is a wise person who has found the light within them, emerges to show others how to find the light within them. The Hermit's not like, yo, I got a light, everybody follow me. And, you know, all of these readings are timeless. But if you did happen to watch the one yesterday, there were some messages in there about leadership. And if you're watching here and if you follow here, I'm so fucking haphazard and scattered, and the messages are intermingled with, you know, my own kind of personal stuff. And I just don't feel like this, like what I have here is for a lot of people, but I do feel like people here are meant for more leadership roles in the new earth, and that is going to be primarily leading by example, but it is a path of humility. And the Hermit card is a card of humility, you know, like he's been through the fucking ringer and then found the light within. And once you do that, you come, your leadership role with inside of you. There's a way I want to say this, and I can't really think of it right, but like the sense of leadership that you feel is altruistic. Maybe it's like, because you have experienced struggles, you don't want to lord what you found over other people's heads. You really want to show them, no, I know my lantern is bright and I know that you could follow it, but I don't want you to. I want you to find your own lantern light inside, make your own lantern and find your own way. And like, this is the leadership that I feel like yesterday was talking about. So anyway, I mean, and both of these cards are like a turquoise kind of card. You know, it's a little bit dark out. And those two cards don't always feel good when they're in a reading. You know, they're big, the big lessons. I have the hiccups. But with turquoise, I'm just kind of thinking, it's not the same, but I'm thinking third eye chakra. Let me pull some divine directions. And God, is just, love yourselves. That's all I want you to do. I made you perfect. I love you. Don't you love you? I feel like that about my kids. Like, oh my God, I just love you so fucking much. I don't care what you do. I could never be so angry that, you know, I remember one time a friend of mine, we were in college, and we went and we sat outside of a church. It was late at night. It was a wild night, whatever. We were in college and we sat outside of a church and we talked about God, and we talked about how we just couldn't imagine God sending one of her, his, whatever. To me, it's non, you know, gendered, but sending one of his or her children to hell, right? I think Earth is kind of hellish, and we chose this, you know, because we want to learn, because we're all pieces of God, and how else is God going to grow but to, like, you know, become multiple beings and then go somewhere where you forget and interact with one another. Anyway, how is spirit helping us? I don't know why I was talking about all that. Communicate with others more freely. Speak up. You have a right to be heard. What I'm catching is this, though, for some of you, spirit might literally be communicating with you. Look at, you know, for example, this reading. Is there something that just makes your arms, the hair on your arms stand up? You know, is there something that you were just thinking or whatever? That's how spirit communicates with me. Do your eyes rest somewhere weird that draws your attention? You know, when I'm driving down the road, I'm not looking for license plates or billboards. I'm not looking. I don't even see people in their cars. I don't know what kind of cars any of my friends drive, or even like significant people. My husband could drive by me and I wouldn't know it was him, you know. Actually, his truck is painted flat black. So I kind of think I would recognize it. But I'm not looking for that stuff. And so I've tried to read license plates as they go by. And I don't know if it's because I'm 48 or what, but they're sort of hard to see. So when license plate messages jump out at me, to me that means something. Or like a billboard catches my eye. To me, that means something, because it means that in my vision, like my guides were like, you catch that one, look over here right now. And you'll see that. But communicate. So communicate yourself with others. Pray, you communicate your feelings to your spirit guides. Talk to them. Talk to the universe, talk to God, whatever you feel. And then abundance. Great news is heading your way. Abundance is coming to you in many forms. So look, that's specific to me, which is specific to you, because literally while I had my arms up, I was saying, God, I'm ready to receive your love. Thank you for showering your abundance upon me. Okay. So we're talking about communicate. Yeah, I said other stuff. I was like, show me signs today that you're around. But this isn't just like me being like, guess what? I get all these signs. Like, this is me in real time getting the signs that I asked for through the cards, which there could be so many different cards, but so that communicate with your higher self, whatever you call it. We're open-minded here about that. I received a message of abundance. There is abundance available out there to us. If we're not satisfied with these cups, welcome other stuff, but verbalize that, vocalize it, All right. How else is spirit helping us? I pulled this deck out for some reason, and I'm going to do 3 cards. It's kind of an odd deck, but we're going to see because there are people in it. And that's sort of why I wanted to pull from it, because there might be, each of these 3 may not be for you, but maybe this will get a little more specific for people. So how is spirit helping us? Okay. Surprise. Surprises. There's fish in there. This is a card of abundance, actually. Fish in oracle and tarot cards generally mean wealth. Whoa, geez. That one flew. Fortune. Good things are coming. Be open to them. Are you closing them off? Are you open to receiving all of the gifts that are out there for you? Can you, even when it's kind of dark, can you be faithful and trust that if you release judgment, if you stop creating that resistance when we're judging situations around us, I'm looking at Zoom, my screen, talking to myself too. When we are judging a situation, we are closing ourselves off to receiving abundance. Like we are almost encapsulating that situation in place. And personally, there is just some stuff that I'm like, you know what? I'm going to look over here for a little while because I have created so much resistance in an area of my life that I need to be in one that's more open. And there's abundance in all areas. Are you specifically looking for a certain thing, maybe you need to be open to receiving abundance in other areas. And once you, and it's cultivate gratitude for those other areas of your life. Sorrow. That's how spirit's helping us. So when you are in sorrow, maybe there are some feelings that you need to release, and crying is a-okay, let it out. But that could be when they're with you, you're not alone. You are not alone. All right, let's do some angel cards and then a couple more. This might be a little bit long, but that's all right. Yep, I was just talking about resistance. Law of attraction. Each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends. So invest wisely. You have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with love, peace, and harmony. At your request, we will gladly attune your energies to higher frequencies. And this feels really important right now. I think it's important for us not to get dragged down play. Beloved one, it's time to set aside work for a while. Don't worry, we will oversee your responsibilities to their completion. Playfulness, gaiety, and laughter will lift your energy so that you'll return to work with a renewed perspective and heightened energy. It's time to be playful. These one of this, but surprises are like waiting to come in. We just have to be open to them. Maybe we are completely blocked, and I talked about this already. Faith. This is actually looking, for some reason, this is giving me 10 of Swords vibes. There's like birds flying back here. She looks like she's been through a hard time. Maybe there's been betrayal. Maybe there's, been something else, but can you hold faith? You hold faith that it's going to be okay. And life is long. And when it isn't, you're dead and you have a lot of answers, in my belief. Not that we're like rushing towards that, but okay, so I'm going to do 2 of these. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. Again, we have faith. So if we have faith in our invisible team, and they are helping us with that by sending us signs, by maybe communicating to us in ways that we have to be open to receive. But the biggest thing that's coming to me is she's not even looking, So have you gotten specific signs in this video? Certain things or phrases that speak to you? That's important, because it's almost like they're trying to catch our attention so we don't spiral down into negativity. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. In every moment, and if you slip into negativity, that's all right. You have the next moment to come out of it. All right, we're going to do one more. How is spirit helping us? How is God helping us? Realization. We have the key. I mean, we have the key. We have the connection. We have a direct line. I wrote in my journal today that, you know what? I'm going to put Mother, Father, God in front of everything in my life right now, because that's what I need. That is the most significant relationship that I have going on at the moment. And no matter what else goes on around me, that's all that matters. So there's my message for you through me. Yeah, you are not alone. They are helping us even through the judgment, but we do have to open our eyes and see the ways that they're communicating with us. And we have to be open to loving ourselves and receiving love. And that means keeping our frequency higher, dudes. I don't always like to talk like that, but it's for real. Anyway, I love you. Thank you for stopping by. Peace. Namaste.